You build focus like a top performer, and nobody your age is doing this. For Americans under 30. Not the version everyone talks about. No cold showers. No 5 a.m. hustle videos. Just a quiet system that changed how his brain actually works. And by the time anyone noticed, it was already done. Let's go back to where this actually started. 6 months earlier. Because it didn't start with motivation. It started with a really bad Tuesday. The kind of day where nothing gets done, and you don't even know where it went. At 24, his days looked productive from the outside. Notifications, meetings, group chats. But by 9 p.m., he couldn't remember what he'd actually done all day. Every open tab was a half-finished thought. Every app was a small hit of nothing. He told himself tomorrow would be different. It never was. This wasn't laziness. This was a brain that had never been asked to sit still. Every app on his phone was built by people whose only job was to keep him scrolling. And it was working exactly as designed. His rent was due. His savings account had a number he avoided looking at. For rent. He wasn't behind because he wasn't smart. He was behind because his attention wasn't his own. Every plan he made got quietly replaced by whatever was loudest that day. He tried the productivity apps, the planners, the motivational videos. For 3 days, it would work. Then day 4 would happen, and it would all collapse. He started to believe some people were just born disciplined, and he wasn't one of them. Successful. That belief was about to be proven completely wrong. It started with something almost embarrassingly small. A coworker mentioned something offhand, not a hack, not a system. Just one sentence. You don't need more discipline. You need less to decide. That sentence didn't feel like much, but it wouldn't leave him alone. That night, he did something small. He picked one task and gave it 2 minutes. 2 o'clock. Not the whole project. Just 2 minutes of one part of it. He expected to hate it. He didn't. The 2 minutes became 10 without him deciding to keep going. It wasn't motivation. It was momentum, and nobody had explained the difference before. The next morning, he tried it again before checking his phone at all. 2 minutes turned into a real habit within a week, almost without effort. He didn't tell anyone. There was nothing dramatic enough yet to mention. But something had quietly shifted in how his day started. He started removing things instead of adding things. Fewer apps. Fewer notifications. Fewer decisions before 9 a.m. By week 3, mornings didn't feel like a fight anymore. This is the part nobody shows you, because it doesn't look impressive. It was the same small task, at the same small time, day after day. No one posted about it. No one clapped. It was just reps. He started applying the same 2-minute rule to the gym. Just show up. Just do 2 minutes. That was the entire rule. Some days 2 minutes became an hour. Some days it stayed 2 minutes. Both counted. That was the part that changed everything. He stopped waiting to feel ready before starting things. He noticed setbacks stopped spiraling into entire lost weeks. A bad Tuesday used to become a bad month. Now it was just a bad Tuesday. His environment started doing some of the discipline for him. He wasn't relying on willpower to resist his phone. He just wasn't near it. People started asking if something was different about him. He didn't really know how to explain it yet. It didn't feel like a big change from the inside. From the outside, it looked like he'd just gotten more organized. From the inside, it felt like his brain finally had room to think. This lasted for weeks. Quiet, boring, completely unremarkable weeks. And then, without warning, week 8 happened. That was the week everything got tested. A huge deadline landed on his desk, with almost no warning. The old version of him would have panicked and opened 6 tabs of distraction. This time, He noticed the urge, and just didn't follow it. He used the same 2-minute rule on a problem that felt impossible. It didn't feel powerful. It just felt like the only thing he knew how to do. There were still hard moments. A missed morning. A short-tempered evening. The difference was, those moments stopped feeling like proof he failed. They just felt like a Tuesday. He finished the deadline 2 hours before it was due. No one in the room knew what it had actually taken to get there. That was the moment he realized something had actually changed. 3 months in, mornings didn't require convincing anymore. The 2-minute rule had quietly become a 2-hour deep work block. He wasn't chasing productivity content anymore. He didn't need it. The savings account he used to avoid looking at had a different number now. Nothing dramatic. Just consistent, compounding, boring progress. People at work started to notice something had shifted. What changed, they'd ask. He still didn't have a clean answer. The honest answer was almost too simple to say out loud. He just stopped waiting to feel ready, and started with 2 minutes. That was it. That was the whole secret. No cold plunge. No 4 a.m. alarm. No hustle culture soundbite. Just a brain that had finally been given room to actually think. A year later, he wasn't a different person. He was just unblocked. The rent was paid on time. The deadlines stopped feeling like emergencies. And somewhere in the last 12 months, without meaning to, he became exactly what he used to scroll past. If you're reading this feeling exactly like he did at the start, that's not behind schedule. That's just where this always starts. You don't need the perfect plan today. You need one system so small you genuinely can't fail at it. 2 minutes. That's the whole starting point. 2 o'clock. This is the focus effect. Real stories, real systems, no hype. If this story hits something in you, subscribe, and let's build your version of it. That's the focus effect.